Today on the Mass Golfer, we visit the site of the 2023 Mass Women's Amateur. Plus, we visit the only brewery-owned golf course in the country. And we meet a superintendent who grew up on the very course she tends to today. We visit a great public course on Cape Cod. And we meet a golfer who strokes with a paintbrush when he isn't playing. And learn how to get your child into the game of golf. All of that and more next.
Hello and welcome to the Mass Golfer. I'm your host, Stephen Hanjack. 2023 has been a great year on the local scene, and it continues with the playing of the 120th Massachusetts Women's Amateur at the venerable Dedham Country and Polo Club. Let's learn more about this historic course.
It's rare that we're the only course in Massachusetts that is a Seth Rayner design. It's kind of unique. He was an unbelievable architect back in the early 1900s. Did a lot of great courses, a lot of top 100 courses, working closely with C.V. McDonald, and then kind of on his own. He's done a few in Rhode Island and New York, and obviously all over the country. But it just has a uniqueness to it, and I think is pretty cool. Our most famous one is the 14th hole of Biarritz. It's almost 70 yards long, front to back. Brian Silva came in 2017 and redid that and made it a really true Biarritz from that standpoint of the big swale in the middle. It gives us a lot of hole location options, and we have we have all of his classics here at Dedham. We have the Redans, we have reverse Redans, we have the Cape, Lion's Mouth, Punch Bowl, and so we have all these complexes and holes and template holes, which have really made Dedham interesting, and also that kind of uniqueness we talk about with being the only Rayner design in Massachusetts. It's pretty impressive thinking about the designs of his holes and what he did back in the early 1900s. We've been wanting to have a big Mass amateur here for a few years now, and the club is really excited. The members are really excited. We couldn't be happier that the Women's Am is going to be at Dedham. I think it's to witness all these great young, all ages of women's players in Mass, and to come here and see how they do. I think people are very interested to see how they'll fare on the golf course. The last time it was here, the redesign hadn't been done, so we're kind of excited about that and to see how they perform at Dedham. So a great spot to watch is right above the 18th green. You can see first tee, 18th green. You can head on out and watch the 15th hole and 6th tee box. That's a good spot, as well as in between the 12th hole and 7th hole are both very good viewing areas for spectators. Back in 21, when the U.S. Open Women's Qualifier was here, with Christina Kim qualifying, she was a medalist, the fescue wasn't up as much that year. And now with this, the Women's Mass Am being in August, with the fescue high, it's pretty thick in some places. I think it's going to be a harder test than it was for the Women's Open qualifying. I think it's going to take straight shots and pinpoint your way around the golf course a little bit off the tee, because I think it does come into effect. The fescue is our defense here. The green complexes and the fescue are our defense of the golf course. It's not super long.
Over the past decade, Tree House Brewing Company has made quite the name for themselves in Massachusetts and New England. This summer, they made a leap into the golf space, becoming the first brewery in the country to operate and manage their own golf course. The course at Tree House, located in Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
So we opened June of 2023. Things have been going extremely well. We've been very busy. Golfers have been loving the course, loving the different options that we have here available at the clubhouse. I think Tree House tries to deliver unique experiences to our guests in any way, shape that we can. And we own a farm in Woodstock. We own the golf course here up in Tewksbury. We have a location on the beach on the Cape in Sandwich, and then we own a beautiful location out in Deerfield, Mass. And we try to deliver unique experiences, and owning a golf course and delivering that experience to our guests is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, and finally made it happen. We spent a lot of time renovating the golf course. We've got a great team that we've hired. We're still renovating the tavern, which will have a full golf shop. But the main piece is the clubhouse here that I'm standing in. It's renovated, down to the studs. You really have to come check it out for yourself to believe it. It's an incredible experience, and there's more to come, and we're going to continue to expand on our golf operations. If you come check out the golf course, you got to come see the cans that we have on each hole. Represents each flagship beer that we have. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous. Tree House's spin on golf is definitely something that has to be seen to be believed. We're definitely a brewery first. So we wanted the golf experience to be relaxed, enjoyable. Didn't want to feel that people were, breathing down their neck. So I think guests will find that the experience here is exactly what you want out of a golf experience. And even on the course, you can enjoy our beers, our canned cocktails, spirits, seltzers. All of our offerings are available on the course, and guests seem to really like that. Since opening the clubhouse and opening the golf course, we've had a large interest both from existing Treehouse guests, but even new ones, and that's something we've definitely experienced and noticed. And golf has been a great avenue to introduce new people to the brand and new people to our experience, and there's definitely more to come. You have to come see it to believe it.
The course at Tree House is open Monday through Friday with a brewery on site that's open 7 days a week.
Still ahead, we meet Amanda Fontaine, a superintendent who has worked and played on the course for most of her life, and learn how to get your child golfing today. This segment of the Mass Golfer is brought to you by Youth on Course. Getting kids on the golf course for just $5 per round.
Welcome back to the Mass Golfer. I'm Stephen Hanjack. Now we visit the western part of the state and meet Amanda Fontaine, a greenskeeper who grew up on the very course that she tends to every day.
My memories as a child on the golf course, it was always a good time. That's what kind of made me want to keep going with it. Always just having fun, make it your own, and you go play in the bunkers, you rake them after. It just became natural. Growing up, I never really thought it was going to be a career. Just kept working at it. It was just something to always go back to, and then, you kind of find your niche for something and kind of just keep going with it.
I've been in the golf all my life, and, I hate to say it, but being a female, it's a male-dominated role, and I knew she had the work ethic. I knew she had the passion for it. But as her father, yeah, I was a little nervous, and one piece of advice I gave her was don't let anybody outwork her. And there's nobody that I've seen outwork her yet. So I'm, again, extremely proud of what she's accomplished in a short amount of time.
I started at Lockmere on my own, just without telling him, because it was just easier to try and, make my own way into the industry. And, I don't need a helping hand when it comes to getting a job, and proving myself was just easier without having to jump through extra hurdles.
When we first heard Amanda was selected to go to Pebble Beach, the entire staff was very proud of her. We knew her hard work would get her some recognition, and yeah, we were just extremely proud, and just want to support her any way we possibly could.
Going to Pebble Beach and working in the U.S. Open with the women in turf was awesome. I mean, it was really cool to see, over 30 women from the industry come together and work together for a common goal, and being high up in the industry, and everyone from students and interns to superintendents and people from the GCSAA. It was awesome to see that, there's other females in the industry that definitely work as hard and are as qualified as we are to really make stuff happen out there. What I enjoy most about working on a golf course is, being able to come out early in the morning and watch the sunrise, and definitely being able to see your product right away. You can turn around and see what you've done and how great it looks, and be able to present that, and every day have something to show off and be proud of.
Mass Golf is all about growing the game, and there's no better way to introduce your child to the game than through Youth on Course and First Tee Massachusetts. Catherine Carmignani tells us more.
Hi everyone, this is Catherine Carmignani for Mass Golf, and I'm thrilled to be talking to you all about the great things that we do in the youth golf space here at Mass Golf. It's way more than just the competitive junior events that you see perhaps on our social media channels. We are so proud to offer 2 great national programs in First Tee Massachusetts and Youth on Course. providing the youth within Massachusetts a great platform to not only fall in love with the game, but to be able to play it affordably and have access to so many amazing courses around the state. At First Team Massachusetts, we're celebrating 20 years in the Bay State. With 10 program locations from Western Mass out to the Cape, we are building game changers, not only with kids, but with teens as well. By seamlessly integrating the game of golf with a life skills curriculum, we create active learning experiences that build inner strength, self-confidence, and resilience that kids can carry with them to everything they do. Another program that Mass Golf sponsors is Youth on Course, providing affordable access to juniors across the state. For $20 membership fee annually, they get access to $5 rounds of golf at over 30 courses. Some of the great member benefits that come with a Youth on Course membership are access to over 2,000 courses nationally, a handicap index from the USGA, and they're also eligible to register for Mass Golf events and tournaments. And hey, if they make a hole-in-one, they get a personalized back tag to mark that amazing achievement. If you're looking for a great way to give back to the game of golf, these programs are the perfect opportunity to do so. Go ahead and hit that donate button and make a contribution to our Mass Golf Youth Fund.
Up next, we visit the only Audubon International Silver Certified course in the state. And we meet an accomplished golfer who also happens to be an accomplished artist. This segment of the Mass Golfer is brought to you by MGM Music Hall at Fenway. Become a VIP member with benefits that include pre-sale concert notice, premium reserved seating, exclusive VIP lounges, and more. Visit crossroadspresents.com/memberships to learn more.
Welcome back to the Mass Golfer. I'm Stephen Hanjack. Many golf courses across the state have become Audubon International Certified members, thanks to their commitment to environmental stewardship. Here in Massachusetts, the Bay Club at Mattapoisett is a leader in the space and is the only club to reach Silver Certified status.
I'm really excited to talk about the fact that the Bay Club is a Audubon International Certified club, and we've really made a big commitment to the environment. The whole Bay Club property is well over 600 acres. We have home sites and we have a golf course that make up almost half of that. So the rest of that area is open space. So it's a great playground, if you will, for animals, for species, for the environment. For us, over the last 3 or 4 years, a great amount of thanks goes to our members, Jeannie Smith and Wendy Stern. If it not for them and their interest in the butterflies, I'm not sure we'd be where we are today.
We're definitely very, very proud of being the highest ranked Audubon International golf course in the state of Massachusetts. It's something we take a lot of pride in, the members do too. And it's been really fantastic working with the membership and our conservation committee with our butterflies, our bees, our bluebird houses. It's been really a pleasure. Our members put in a ton of work and a ton of volunteers come out and help.
The Bay Club Conservancy is a volunteer-based organization here at the Bay Club. And it was conceived to take advantage of all the wonderful things that our golf course and our community offers. So the Monarch program is really, without doubt, one of the favorite programs here. And the Monarch butterfly is one of the most easily recognized butterflies. It's a bright orange butterfly. It has black stripes on its wings, and people tend to love monarchs but don't know a lot about them. They will only lay their eggs on one plant, which is the milkweed. And milkweeds are native to here, and it turns out that golf courses are the perfect environment for milkweed. The monarchs that are born here at the Bay Club in August make it all the way to Mexico, and we get a phone call, and it's very exciting.
A peach farm up in Acushnet, which makes, bar none, the best peaches, grows the best peaches in all of Massachusetts. I heard that they had lost their bees for pollinating, and I got a phone call. Ginny, you have bees. We really need bees for this season. We need one before Mother's Day, I think it was.
So you have to understand that first off, we move a hive that has to move in our car. We wrap it in a sheet, and we are driving with 30,000 bees. But what we're really doing is we're pollinating a peach farm for a local business, a mom and pop business that produces the best peaches. Airports are always removing their large birds. Audubon International with United Airlines set up this raptor relocation program, and they've asked golf courses to be the recipients of these birds. And so we're hoping one day we get tapped on, but we remind them every so often that we are willing and able and have all the volunteers and the backing of our board to do so.
Now we'd like to introduce you to a Mass golfer who has transformed two of his passions, golf and art, into a flourishing career.
Started at a very young age, probably about age 3. Parents' little cut-down putter threw me in the sand trap around the putting green during their cocktail parties at Amherst Golf Course. As I got a little older, started competing in the Mass golf stuff. Played in 21 events, 3 top 5 finishes, and just loved the competition. Being a landscape painter, illustrator, golf course is a landscape, usually manicured, aesthetically very pleasing to the eye. A lot of colors. I like to deal with perspective and using like fairway lines or cart path ropes to kind of push the space and perspective of things is most fulfilling to me. I was always kind of a doodler and drawer, and started taking it a little bit more serious my senior year of high school, and I started painting on canvas. All my electives in college, I was an economics business major to start, and all my electives were studio art classes, the courses I chose to take, and realized that was kind of a passion of mine early on, and so I switched my major and got a BA in studio art, and I've since then been kind of developing my style and honing my craft. And my style is kind of surreal landscapes is kind of what I like to call it, kind of whimsical versions of reality, kind of idealized in terms of color and very, very saturated color and palette, and with some distorted perspective. It kind of creates a whimsical vibe. Kind of just makes real life a little bit more fun to me. Started doing golf courses on shoes because I thought I could make them into golf shoes, basically, which I've done. I've added some spikes to them, and Mass Golf came to me and commissioned me to do 2 pairs for both of the amateurs this year, 2023. And I've used the iconic holes from the courses as the main scenes and a couple little sentimental touches on the sides. And it kind of works out nice. They auction them off for charity for the Mass Golf Youth Fund. So it's kind of nice to be a part of that.
Coming up, we visit a historic golf course just over the bridge on Cape Cod, and we learn all about a Massachusetts business that makes golf when the Mass golfer returns. This segment of the Mass Golfer is brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf.
Welcome back to the Mass Golfer. I'm Stephen Hanjack. Now let's venture over the bridge to Cape Cod and take a look at one of the local favorite golf courses that's steeped in history.
The golf course does have a very traditional feel. It's a classic design. Anything pre-1940, I think, is considered classic architecture. And part of that is your positioning of bunkers, and how we maintain that is to have more of a link style feel with some taller fescues and some fuzzy bunkers and tighter grass around the greens so you could play a ground game. The course was designed to be a link style bump and run course.
Cape Cod Country Club was built in 1928 by the famed architectural team of Devereaux Emmett and Alfred H. Tull, whose works also included Garden City Golf Club, Congressional's blue and gold courses, and leather stocking in Cooperstown.
There's a lot of great features to this golf course. Some of it is history. I'm a big fan of classic architecture and history of golf and history of a piece of property, and this one has a great one.
In 1960, Cape Cod Country Club played host to a match between 1959 U.S. Open champion Billy Casper and reigning Masters and U.S. Open champion Arnold Palmer.
The golf course's original name was Mattapoisett, and it's had a lot of history over the years. And that classic feel and that classic architecture, the rolls, the bumps, You just don't see that in modern architecture most of the time. So it's a very enjoyable course to play, and we try to maintain it as best we can for the average golfer because that's who our clientele are. We don't have the longest golf course, but it plays a lot longer because we have some very good elevation. There's some very good elevated tees to a lowered fairway to an elevated green. There's a lot of feature that comes in through elevation in this golf course. It plays a lot longer than the scorecard would make you believe.
Now we visit with a Massachusetts business that you can always find in the winner's circle, Tournament Solutions.
Tournament Solutions started well over 20 years ago now. John had a couple partners in a previous business and they decided that they didn't necessarily want to stay in golf, and John really did.
Pam Barbie was one of our sales reps, and I quickly noticed that she possessed a lot of the skill set that I did not possess, that I needed to run a business. We ended up partnering together and starting Tournament Solutions, and that was really 2001, and here we are right now in 2023, and we're still going strong.
Tournament Solutions has a tagline or a motto for us, and it's one-stop shopping for every event and every budget. So basically, if you are a pro at a public course and you only have $5 to spend, or you're a PGA Tour Pro-Am and you have $5,000 to spend, we have something in every budget for you.
We can do awards, we can do gifts, and we take a lot of pride in terms of what we offer and constantly churning our product line over as well. Our largest sponsorships are in New England with the New England PGA and Mass Golf, and we're very proud of that, and we don't see that changing for a long, long time.
It's an exciting time for the game of golf, and if you'd like to learn more, visit our website at massgolf.org. There you can follow tournaments, learn how to get a handicap index, and link to our social media. We hope you enjoyed the show, and let's make today a golf day.
Produced by Mass Golf in association with Sociable.